Hey everybody, it is Sue here. Welcome to my channel. So in today's Slow Stitch mini project video, I'm going to finish off the journal cover that I started last week. So this isn't pinned down, so I'm just gonna, it's all gonna move. It's all gonna move, but it's this one. So I did add this piece and this piece onto the front. So I'm loving the front. It's perfect. And I know I mentioned in last week's video that I might want to put some pieces on the inside just to use up some scraps and that kind of stuff. That's all, just to use stuff up. And whoops, this is backwards. And I was going to put this on the front. It was all one piece of fabric, but I tore it in half. And I figure, well, I'm going to put that there. I don't remember where I had this piece, but we'll throw it up there. So, yeah, I mean, it is what you see. It's that, that easy and that simple. I think I'll give this a little bit of an iron over here because this is not totally flat and either is this. But this is just a piece of brown that I had. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put it in there because you all know, when you stitch, it's impossible not to end up with, small pieces of fabric. So, I don't know, I just kind of wanted to use it. Let me throw some pins on here so that obviously everything will stay where it needs to. And then we're going to get stitching. Yes, we are. And in future videos, probably my Slow Stitch mini project videos, I want to come on and I want to sew some hearts with all of you, and I'm just going to use threads I have here because why not? This is just a fun little journal, that I can use all my scrappy stuff in. But yeah, so I want to do mushrooms. I'm going to show you the two mushrooms that I made but haven't stitched yet. They're in a little like bowl kind of, well, let me take them out. Okay, so there's this one, and there is this one. And the inspiration for these mushrooms is from Carol. Well, she has two YouTube channels, Recrafted by Carol and Stitch with Carol. I'll put her link in the description box. And so anyway, so those have to be sewn, and I would like to make more just because they were a lot of fun. So those are some ideas that, excuse me, I have for some future videos. Okay, so when I do this, I'm going to try really hard not to go all the way through. And I don't know that I'll get all of this stitched with all of you, but I did want to at least start and show you that, well, yeah, I don't know. Like the thing that gets me is I'm not sure what I'm going to do with like the pouches I've made that I'm not using. The journal, I call them, excuse me, I call them journal covers, but I don't know, they could be anything. Like this one, like what I was going to say was, because you could take a journal cover, right, like this, and just stitch it on the top and the bottom, and then you have a pouch. But this one I couldn't really do that with now that I'm putting something on the inside. I mean, I could still do that, you know, there would just be stuff sewn on the inside. But, yeah, I mean, maybe I'll have a giveaway at some point. That would be nice. Yeah, so I'll have to see. I mean, if any of you have any idea, because again, these I'm thinking here, do I want to go all the way over and grab that brown? I could. Let me just do that. Yeah, I do these mini slow stitch projects because I just want to be stitching. And you know, you can't always work on the big projects. You have to have little things. And it's fun to have the smaller things because you actually, you know, get them done quickly. So this that I'm working on right here, I'm just trying to think. It will definitely be 5 hours or under to do this whole thing. Probably not even 5 hours in total. So to me, that's like a mini project, something that you can sit and in 1 or 2 sittings, whoops, come on, you can get it done. And so if you're just starting out stitching, doing a mini project, well, I'm just going to call it a mini, you know, slow stitch mini project, is a great way to start. And it can be like a smaller wall hanging, or yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you're just starting, I don't know that like a full journal with the pages and everything. I mean, you could, you know, depends how you know, much time and everything you want to put into it. But to start something easy, you know what else is easy too? Is a coaster. Let me show you my coaster I made a few years ago. It's on the desk next to me. So let me grab it. And it was super easy. And you can also stitch bookmarks. So this is one that I stitched. You know, I normally put dates on everything. I do not see a date on this. That's why I put dates, because I don't remember when I did it. But I just took 4 pieces of fabric, and I obviously did this in the summertime because there's flip-flops, an owl, just, you know, summer colors. And yeah, and I tucked a little, well, no, I put the lace on the back and stitched that around. Yeah. Yeah, so it's fun. There is batting in here, so I do have batting, but you don't have to. But something like that is a really good, I want to say, beginner stitching project. I mean, of course, that's totally up to you. I mean, I would make it again just because they're fun, and maybe I will, you know, and make some more of the coasters and bookmarks. I use bookmarks all the time. The 2 that I use the most have fabric on them, but they are glued. They're not sewn. But I use them all the time. I love them. One is a Christmas design. I'll have to try to remember to grab them for one of my videos to show you. And I use it, even though it's Christmas, I use it all year. It doesn't matter to me that it's Christmas. It's not like, oh, I can only use that, you know, in December or whatever. I use it all year because I love it. I love it. And it was easy peasy, you know, just taking piece of packaging or whatever, piece of cardboard, cut it out and get your fabrics and glue them down. Yep, so that was easy. But I would like to stitch a bookmark. That is what I would like to do. All right, so let's see here, and let me kind of figure out what I'm doing on this corner here. All right, so, well, that's going to kind of, I'm going to do this a little bit different right here. Oops, came out. Yeah. It's all good. It's all relaxing, right? It's all relaxing. So if you slow stitch, hopefully, you know, you enjoy it. And, ooh, I hear sirens outside. There's something going on. Yeah, I hear the fire trucks. Don't know if you can hear that. All right, I better knot this because I tend to, I always cause problems for myself because I never want to like take the time to knot it and start a new thread. I just want to do everything fast. So yeah. All right, I don't have my, oh, I should show you. I might take you off my tripod and show you something that I'm working on that I haven't mentioned yet. You know what? Let me stitch just a little bit more, and then I'm going to take my iPad off my tripod and show you something. Yeah. Totally. Yeah. I decided to do it, I think, yesterday, I'm going to say. And, wait, let me think. How do I want to do this? All right, I guess I'll just come up right here. So this happens to be the same color, I think, that what I just used. Not on purpose, but just because the thread was on my desk, a piece of thread. So, let me make sure. Okay. And one thing that you can think about when you are stitching multiple layers. So here, obviously, I have the brown fabric from this side of the journal cover. I have a piece of brown fabric, and then I have these words here. And I don't know, I mean, you do you, but when I have multiple like this, I do try to stitch it at the same time. Well, because it's quicker and it's easier, and right, you get it done faster. But again, this is called slow stitching for a reason, so you do you. Yeah, so let me just make sure. Like, I want to try to be better at making sure that what I'm sewing is straight. I've been very, 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 very bad at that recently, and I want to try to get better. Part of the reason, and not that this is an excuse, well, maybe it is, but is, you know, when you're talking to people on a video, like sometimes like what I'm doing, like the stitching that I'm doing, I'm like barely thinking about. So, you know, sometimes when I look at something after I've stitched it, I'm like, oh gosh, that's awful. That's like the other day, Thursday, well, actually a week ago, Thursday, when I had sewn something onto my wall hanging for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I looked at it afterwards. I mean, I knew it was crooked once I sewed it on. Like during the video, I knew it was crooked, slanted. It just wasn't, I don't know. So, but it bothered me so much, I ended up taking the whole thing off, everything that I sewed, and I re-sewed it, which is so much not like me, but I did. So now I have to decide, am I going to continue around these words or would I continue up there? I think I'll just continue around this way. And let's get this piece fully down. And when you're doing something like this, like composition to me, well, composition of where to place the fabrics, you know, the colors, the patterns, the designs, whatever, is by far one of my favorite things to do. Like even just selecting the fabrics, just selecting them is something I enjoy immensely. I'm all about color. You know, it's all about what looks pleasing to my eye. And no matter what kind of a crafty thing I'm doing, whether it's watercolor painting or acrylic painting or mixed media, whatever, even scrapbooking, project life, all of it to me is all about composition, color, design, right? So that is definitely one of my favorite things to do is pick out the fabrics. Like this was fun. Like so like picking out the fabrics for here. Of course, there's orange here, there's orange over here. I don't know. Like sometimes I just have pieces of stuff on my work area and I look through it. Like sometimes it's already matching because I've used it, you know, for other projects. And sometimes I'll have to go searching for stuff. But either way, it's a lot of fun to not only pick out what colors you're going to use, but you have shape, right? You have, well, what shape am I going to use? So like this piece right here, I know it's probably hard to see because it's brown on brown, but that was just a long piece that I had and I'm like, oh, should I tear it in half? And I'm like, oh, you know, I have more of that. I don't need to have it like a little piece of it. What am I going to do? End up with like a little 1 or 2 inch square or 3 inch because I wanted to make that smaller. So, you know, consider that as well. It's like, well, if you tear something, can you use the rest of it like right away? And if not, consider just putting it on there. You know, leave it, try to use it because otherwise our little scrap piles grow and grow and grow. And I don't know, like, what was it? Maybe last week I had, well, multiple bins of scrap fabric. And when I say scrap, well, these to me, everything on here I would consider a scrap. All of this, not the bigger piece that's on the actual inside of the cover, but all of these things that I'm sewing on now, I would consider to be all scraps. So that bin, I actually added to recently because I've been using so much of those scraps. My scrap bin was actually, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm actually even saying this, but my scrap bin was getting depleted. So, yep, I went and I added more fabrics to it, which wasn't hard. I mean, it's not like I went to tear fabrics. I just went through some stacks of fabrics, and the smaller pieces, even if they're like 4 inches long like this right here, I put them in there because I needed more colors. I just, it was just, yeah, it was just getting down there. So now that is nice and full again. But what I also did, which is kind of surprising to me, and some of you might be shocked, but I had another bin and it had small pieces. I'm going to say like maybe, let me see if I can grab something here. So maybe something like this where I had like smaller pieces. I threw everything in there away. I totally emptied that whole bin. Gone, gone, gone. And yeah, I don't miss it. Yeah, and I'm trying not to get those small pieces again. So I keep this little bowl next to me right here on my desk. And I literally just emptied this days ago, but as you can see, like these smaller pieces, I'm not keeping them anymore. I'm not. I don't want them because I can get a small piece anytime I want because I have the bigger pieces. It's no problem finding smaller pieces. You know what? I want to grab that same yellow. I'm really loving this yellow. Absolutely loving it. I've been using it a lot for my autumnal projects. Yeah, so anyways, so I actually ended up with a whole empty bin. I was like, wow, how often does that happen? Not very often. And it's full. I don't remember what I put in it, but it's not like it's still empty. All right, so let me see. Let me see where I'm at time-wise. And okay, I'm going to do something odd, and I'm going to, it's going to shake, but I want to take you over behind me for a few minutes and share with you something that I'm working on. I actually put, those 6-foot long folding tables? I put one in the middle of my craft room. I mean, my craft room, like, just shrunk in size with that big table in here, but it's okay because that's where I'm working on this project. So I'm going to take my iPad off. It's going to shake. Just bear with me. Okay, so now I'm going to take you over here. Whoops, over here. And I'm actually going to walk around to the other side of the table. And you can see in the middle what I've got going on there. Like I have one of my bins of my doilies out here. I have a bunch of embroidered pieces. I have, more bins, Christmas. So this is Christmas related. Check this out. Who was it that was working on this? One of the ladies from Australia. Who did I actually see that? And I forget who it was, but I'll look for the video and try to remember to put it in my description box. And they all do something like this. Like I'm talking, Rachel and Karen from Railway Cottage and, that gang. They just do beautiful work and inspire me constantly. And I saw one of them do this or something similar to this. I don't think was she doing Christmas? I don't remember if she was doing Christmas, but I knew I wanted to do Christmas. So what I did was I ended up taking a table runner, an eyelet table runner, and So everything right now is just pinned. I just finished it last night. This is stamped, but I finished pinning everything last night. And so now I have to start stitching. It's hard to tell where it ends because, well, it's on a tablecloth, but it ends right there and it ends right here. So yeah, isn't it pretty? So like here, like I did a lot of fussy cutting, which I never do, but I did. Even these are fussy cut out of this fabric right here. And I have them pinned down. So these are already embroidered pieces. That one there. And this one here. And I have some yo-yos. I cut. Yeah, it's just, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And let me kind of lift up a little bit here. Oops, I keep putting my hand in the way. But yeah, this is it. This is it. It's probably about 3 feet long by 1.5 feet wide. Yep. So I'm going to put this on my kitchen table. Not when I'm eating because I wouldn't want it to get messy. But for decoration, I'm going to do it. Yeah. So now I have to start stitching because I don't want to change. Like I changed some stuff that I had on it and I'm like, I don't want to change anymore because, you know, I could spend a year changing the stuff on here. But I like it. I think it's balanced. I have a little bit of everything on it and I'm happy with it. So, yep. And so again, this is the table that I put in here. It's just a folding table. And it's in the middle of my craft room. So, yep. And I'll probably be working on that. I'm going to put you back in my tripod. So you're going to move a little bit again. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably use that table for making my December daily, which is going to be fabric as well, which I have a video for that as well. But I think I'm going to call this video done for now. I will continue stitching around here. I'll stitch these pieces down and then this is done. And I have a whole stack of fabric for future slow stitch mini projects. So I do not have a problem with deciding what to do next because there's just too much. If you do a slow stitch project 5 hours or less, you can use the hashtag slow stitch mini project hashtag. So if anybody wants to watch smaller projects being made, they can click on the hashtag and they can see. So join me. You're welcome to use it for sure. Okay. And I'm not like, oh, if you're a little over 5 hours, that's not good. Just, you know, if it's a mini project to you, it's good for me. So, okay. So that is it. And, yep, I'll continue sewing this. Let me know if you have any questions. And I will see you soon. All right. God bless. Bye-bye.